Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss detailed preparation strategy for GMAT 2024. We are going to delve deeper into the verbal section as that is my expertise. At the same time, I'll be also sharing my personal experiences when I was preparing for GMAT in 2019, what was my study schedule, how much did I score, at the same time, what all worked for me, what did not work for me. So before we really get started, let us first of all understand the syllabus, pattern, algorithm of GMAT exam. So when it comes to syllabus, there are total 3 sections, that is verbal reasoning section, quantitative reasoning and data insights. When we talk about verbal reasoning, you get to solve 23 questions in 45 minutes. There are 2 topics, critical reasoning and reading comprehension. The weightage of both the topics is exactly same. You get approximately same number of questions from reading comprehension as well as critical reasoning. Second section, in any order of course you can get, but second section we are going to discuss is quantitative reasoning, in which you have to solve 21 questions in 45 minutes. There are mainly 2 topics, that are algebra and arithmetic. You get problem solving questions. And third section, data insights, which is a new addition in GMAT focus, especially this year in GMAT 2024. There are 20 questions to be done in 45 minutes. There are 5 types of question you may get, that is multi-source reasoning, graphical interpretation, 2-part analysis, table analysis and data sufficiency. This is the syllabus and pattern of the exam. When I say pattern, all these topics we discussed have equal weightage, same weightage. There is no as such topic from where you get more questions and other topics where you get lesser questions, or maybe they are not important. Every particular topic in GMAT is specifically important because the weightage is exactly same in terms of marks per question or the number of questions in exam. Now, the next point we are going to discuss is pattern of the exam. Now, the pattern or the GMAT algorithm is slightly, I would say, set. What I'm going to discuss about the algorithm is quite close to the latest algorithm, may not be 100% correct because exact weightage has never been revealed by GMAT, of course, MBA.com people. So let's take an example of verbal section. There are 23 questions in total. So let's divide 23 questions into 3 parts. In the first part, there are 7 to 8 questions. Now, how well you attempt these 7 to 8 questions? If all the questions are correct, first 7 to 8 questions, the next 7 to 8 questions will be more difficult. The difficulty level will be higher, the weightage will be higher. And similarly, if your first 14 to 15 questions will be correct, like first 2 sections will go correct, then the last 7 to 8 questions in verbal question, again they will be much more difficult than the previous one. The weightage will be higher and ultimately you will get a very good score. So it's very important for you to attempt first 7 to 8 questions really well, because it will set the tone for rest of the questions. And similarly for every section, be it quant, be it data insights, you have to attempt first 7 to 8 questions really well. You don't really have a lot of flexibility in terms of going back and forth. Of course, in latest GMAT focus, there are 3 questions where you can flag the question and come back to it, but you can't do that for every question. So whatever is in front of you, you have to attempt that question in more often than not. Second very important point, students, is that always take a diagnostic test. There are so many free diagnostic tests available in various websites. Whoever is giving GMAT preparation, they keep at least one diagnostic test for free. So always take one of the tests to understand where do you stand, how much longer you have to go in your preparation. So that's why in this particular session, I'm not going to discuss a very foolproof 2-month strategy. In these 2 months, you can do all these steps if you're an average student. But of course, it may vary depending on if you're a brighter student in certain topics like quant, for example, or verbal, or maybe you're weaker in some other topics. So you have to take this, of course, with a pinch of salt. Always take a free diagnostic test. Must check out a website called GMAT Club. It has all the toolkits, all the study material, short topic tests and everything. It is a one-stop shop for everyone, whoever is preparing for GMAT 2024, or for that matter any year, maybe 2025. Now, whether you are a novice or you have been already preparing for GMAT exam for quite some time, just make sure you need approximately 300 to 500 productive hours to prepare for this exam. So whether you give these productive hours within a span of 2 to 3 months, or maybe more, depends on you. So a lot of people who are preparing for GMAT exam are working students, so you don't really have absolutely free time to prepare for this exam. You're always doing something simultaneously parallel to your GMAT exam. So please make sure you make your customized schedule. There's no generic schedule which, like, all of us can share, one pill fits or works for all. So make sure you make a customized schedule depending on how your work is, your college timings are. If you get free early in the evening, you can plan evenings for your preparation, or if you have to say go late to your office or college, you can maybe plan early mornings for your preparation. So you need to have right study plan. Here is my study plan when I was preparing for this exam. And apart from schedule, you have to have right tools for GMAT preparation, right kind of books, right kind of study material. You can also join our Telegram channel, Telegram group, in which we share a lot of practice material, a lot of free, I would say, GMAT preparation strategies, practice books, study material, daily practice sheets, a lot of things which will help you in your preparation. Before we go to next point, everything I have said, like syllabus, taking a diagnostic test, right, details of everything you'll be seeing in the description box. For example, I recommend some diagnostic tests. If you want to take free diagnostic tests, I'm putting some links of 3 to 4 good diagnostic tests which you can take before you start your preparation. Apart from that, some links to free study material, links to our Telegram group. At the same time, much more detail, many more information and details of whatever we are going to discuss in the next few points. Next, fifth very important point is, do not jump into unnecessary pitfalls or do very silly mistakes while your preparation. One very common mistake I have observed, that students want to directly jump to advanced level question or directly want to do GMAT level questions, and then they expect the great results. Of course, you're preparing for GMAT, you have to practice only GMAT level question, not the other types. But if your basic is not clear, there's no way you're going to pick up advanced level questions easily or quickly. So, or for example, if English is not your first language, there's a second language which comes handy, which kind of is quite is there in Indian students. Like, we may speak very well, but we are not very much comfortable or familiar with GMAT level English, which is there in the passages or critical reason. The language is much more complicated than how we speak in our day-to-day life. So make sure you read a lot of articles from journals, magazine, essays before really starting your preparation or solving multiple RCs on daily basis, because that's not really going to give you a lot of improvement. So this is a small example of one of the mistakes. A second most common mistake is not being consistent. Like, a lot of times students attend classes very regularly, but when it comes to self-preparation, and in that also, for example, just started your preparation, first 1 month you have completed approximately 40% of your syllabus, you're not really practicing that on your own. You're not taking some section or topic test just to check yourself if you really understood what's going in the class, if you really remember what's going in the class. So if you're not doing these few things on your own, no matter whichever class you're taking, however great your teacher is, you're not going to get great score, because you're not working on yourself, which is very important for any journey or to achieve anything. Last extremely important point is commit to excellence and do your best possible job on everyday basis. Whenever you sit for GMAT preparation, be it 1 hour, 2 hour on daily basis, just make sure that you are going to give this productive hour. You're going to focus on these set of, say, 10 questions, 15 questions, and not look at your phone after every question, right? You're going to behave exactly how you're going to behave in exam hall when you go to take your exam. If you do that honestly, with authenticity, and give that commitment on daily basis, I'm very sure 2 months is something which are good enough for any average student for that matter. Make sure you work on your weaknesses more, because of course you have to work on your strengths, but if, say, verbal topic is good, your verbal section is good, you're weak in mathematics, you start your preparation with that and give maybe 2 days a week to verbal, and vice versa. Since data insight is new, I'll recommend you to, before you start preparing with anyone, just watch certain more videos, maybe this, like this. There are more videos on GMAT on each section, say data insights and quantitative, how to approach this, and just take small tests, one diagnostic test to maybe 2 tests, or we solve some questions, see your comfort level, and then you will know how much coaching you will need, how much more time, what all books and everything you will need. because every student is different. Make sure to read description below for detailed understanding of what I'm sharing here with you. Now that we have discussed detailed preparation strategy of GMAT exam, there are certain points you need to keep in mind when you start preparing for the starter. If you have already started preparing for the exam, first of all, you may not see a constant improvement on daily basis. You feel bogged down by many difficult questions, your morale will be down. So make sure you take enough breaks, take your time, because it's a skill. It takes some time to improve, right? It's something not natural to anyone. I myself took 3 months to prepare for GMAT, where majority of the time I took for quantitative, because verbal for some reason I was already teaching for that when I took this exam in 2019. That's why, like, no, around approximately 2.5 to 3 months, I felt confident that now I can go ahead and take the exam. I scored 740 out of 800 in GMAT Classic. Second point is reach out to your friends, family, peers, colleagues, anyone who has taken the GMAT exam before. Just keep discussing with them what all challenges they faced, what all things they can recommend you, like any shortcut or anything from their personal experience. It definitely helps. In case you do not know anyone, there are so many Telegram group, WhatsApp groups where, like, of GMAT students, where they keep discussing, they keep solving each other's doubt. And if you feel confident with certain topic, you can also solve others' doubt just to keep practicing, those topics. So it becomes interesting. You are connected to a cohort, you are connected to a group of people, and you can learn from their mistakes as well. Third very important point is you have to have best resources for your GMAT preparation, isn't it? If you do not have the right books, if you do not have the right study material, how exactly you're gonna, go ahead and finish everything in 2 months? So make sure you regularly use GMAT Club website, gmatclub.com. It has timer, very good interface, many tests, question banks. So that must be a daily thing. You have to go to that website and solve certain questions. Second, you have to solve from GMAT official guide, especially when you start, because it has good number of basic to medium level questions, which really gives you a good head start, as well as makes you feel confident about a GMAT preparation, that yes, you can definitely score an above average, something above average or decent score, anything above 700, and get into a desired college. Apart from that, there are 2 official tests from mba.com which are absolutely free, and which are exact replica of the exam you're going to get on the D-Day. So make sure you attempt those exams after your preparation, after 2 months of your preparation. And test 3 and 4 you can purchase for $50 if you want to practice more tests. If you have to make a schedule, again it is depending on your strength and weakness, but here's a small schedule which I can recommend. If in any week you're giving, say, Monday for verbal, you can practice 2 RCs and 10 to 15 critical reasoning question. If second day, Tuesday, you're giving it to data insights, you can solve 2 sets, right, of any topic which you get. Then third Wednesday, if you're giving it to quantitative reasoning, then in that case you can solve 10 questions of arithmetic or 15 questions of arithmetic. Next day, 15 questions of algebra, like that. And make sure when you sit for the exam, when you sit for the preparation, you give at least 2 hours at a stretch, because then only you'll understand a topic very well. Once you start, like in the first 1 hour, you'll be confused what's going on. If you get distracted in the first 30 to 40 minutes, you keep checking your phone, you are thinking something else, you're zoned out, then the next 2 hours will be a waste of time. So make sure, please spend daily 2 hours into your preparation, then only it will be possible for you to finish everything within 2 months. Thank you so much everyone for listening to me. Definitely comment down below if you have any queries, or if you want us to make more videos on any particular topic you want. Stay tuned for more such videos on our YouTube channel.